Evening. We need to save this for the students who are not able to join till now. So in that case, we'll be, uh, yeah, we are live on Facebook, right? Okay. I'll be sharing the screen for a bit and then I shall stop this because we have to have, yeah. Is my screen visible to everybody? Great. Okay. Great. There were certain questions that were coming up the last day when uh, I was teaching communication to the students, that in certain cases there are students who do not use the pace that is required to learn. That means some students go slow and some students go faster. So this is a video presentation that will help you to understand this. Can you see the picture? Right. So the thing is that we get a lot of information from different sources. Books are right now not that huge store of information. They are, but we do not get from them. I do, but most of the people don't read books. From the internet, from other sources, we get information. The question is that it's not enough. Or is it enough? No, it is not. What you do with that information is the meaning of that information. That is important. The importance of slow learning, the truth behind slow learning is presented in this particular presentation. Always remember, it doesn't matter whether you are slow or whether you are fast. A person who learns fast or faster is not a better learner. These are basically different styles of learning. So no learning is horrible. Slow learning is 100% better than no learning. Everyone has their own method and approach in learning, to learning rather. So it doesn't matter whether you are slow or fast, as long as you are learning. Slow and fast, as I have told you, are different methods of learning. It is not that one is better than the other. So it is imperative, or rather important, to be kind to yourself. Don't blame yourself that I am not running fast. I am not learning fast. What is most important is whether you are kind to yourself. It doesn't matter whether you are slow or whether you are fast. It matters whether you are kind enough to yourself that no matter what happens, I will be there. My style is slower than the others, or faster than the others, or a bit slow, or a bit fast, doesn't count. What counts is that you are moving towards the right direction. Comparing yourself with others. There's not a single human being in this world who can be compared with another person. Not a single one, mark me. Not a single one. So if somebody is faster than you, it is her style of learning. If somebody is slower than you, it is his style of learning. Doesn't count. What counts is that whether you are standing at one position and not moving forward, or whether you are moving forward at your own goddamn pace. That is what counts. The the speed that you use, or the good evening, Krishna. The speed that you use to learn is your unique speed. That is why it is written here, YOUNIQUUE. That is not better than the others, that is not worse than the others, that is your style. The point of the matter is that whether you are headed towards the direction, whether you are moving or not. That is the most important part. Just don't stop learning. Do not stop learning. That is the important thing. That is what counts. I'll now show you the whole presentation one after another. And if you wish to, you might take screenshots. Otherwise, this particular presentation will reach you very soon. Was it helpful? Right. So this particular presentation will reach you very soon, and you don't worry. We will be finding ways to send this to you. But the most important thing right now is that we need to create that content. Believe me, all these days, apart from reading books and eating and the basic necessities, what I am doing is that I am creating wonderful content. This is a small presentation on the basics of English grammar. You will get one small section of this very soon in your mobiles. But before you get it, let us discuss about this in detail. What are the three forms of the verb be in the present? They are am, is, are, and in the past they are was and were, right? So this am, is, are is used after the subject, right? And after that we use either the occupation, the noun, the adjective, or the places. For example, I am a teacher, right? This is New York City. That is a beautiful flower. That is a classroom. In affirmative sentences, I guess you know the meaning of affirmative sentences. There are two styles in this case. One is negative and the other one is affirmative. This is how they are used, right? Subject plus the verb form. I am a teacher. You are a student. He is in the laboratory. She is my sister. Why am I saying this? Many of you think that you know this, but there are many cases in which I have found while speaking, children tend to forget this. So that is something that forced me to send this to you. Now what is negative? In a negative sentence, which is a no type sentence, the only difference is that you need to add not after am, is, are. I am not an engineer. Good evening, Joshi. Joshi, Mariam has not joined. আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে. We are not playing football. They are not in school. So, if you go to the previous one, in affirmative you see subject plus verb form. I am a teacher. But when it is negative, you have to add not after am is are. I am not an engineer. He is not working today. Here it is. I am not, he is not, she is not, it is not, you are not, we are not, they are not. This is how you need to form negative sentences in the present tense. Now, once you understand the present tense, it is easy to understand the future tense. Easy, because this is the same structure that is involved. In English, there are two types of yes-no questions. While teaching you reporting, I have told you about this. The questions that can be answered with a yes or a no, and the questions which cannot be answered, right? So there are yes-no questions and there are WH questions. These are the two types of questions that are there in English. Now, when you make a question from a sentence, I guess you remember the SSQV formula. In a sentence, the subject comes first, and in a question, the verb comes first. John and Peter are students. The question will become, are John and Peter students? So if you check this one in detail, you will find out here, John and Peter is the subject. They together make the subject. Are is the verb. In the formula, it is SSQV. In a sentence, the subject comes first. That is why John and Peter here come first. Are is the verb which comes later, after the subject. But when it is transformed into a question, as you can see over here, the are comes in the front and it becomes, are John and Peter students? So that is how it works in this way. The verb comes. The answer is that yes, they are students. No, they aren't students. See over here. Do you remember in the last classes, I have talked about the difference between short answers and full complete answers. The short answers are yes, they are. No, they aren't. But the proper way of saying it is that yes, they are students. No, they aren't students. See the second example. Mary is thin and tall. Generally, in our type of English, we ask, Mary is thin and tall, and we give it a question tone. And we feel that it is done in that case. No, it is not done. The question should start with a verb. Is Mary tall and thin? The answer is that yes, she is. No, she isn't. But this is the answer which is not perfect. The full or complete answer is yes, she is tall and thin. No, she isn't tall and thin. You can save the slides, but the important part is that you'll be getting this. So right now you can just concentrate on the learning part. The WH questions are the questions that cannot be answered with a yes or a no. They are questions that demand information. So you need to provide that information as an answer to those questions. For example, what is this? This cannot be answered with a yes or a no. So you need to reply, it is a book. What is your name? The answer will be, my name is Anirban. Who is the director of the school? The answer will be, the director of the school is any name. Bhumika Agarwal. Right? Where is he? He is in the house. In non-native style of answering questions, we tend to not answer the complete answer. It is absolutely important not to answer the complete answer. That is how English should be spoken. See here. This is the statement, the negative statement, the question, and the short answer, which we shall not follow. I am a teacher. The negative will be I am not a teacher. The yes-no question will be am I a teacher? The answer will be yes, you are a teacher. No, you aren't a teacher. This is how we form questions, and this is how proper questions are formed, negative statements are formed, and the answers are given. You might consider this as basic English. I would consider this as important even for me right now. Then comes demonstratives, this and these. The students who have been learning from me for a long period of time know this, that this is singular, which is close to you. These are plural, which is close to you. That is singular, which is far away from you. Those are plural, which is far away from you. So when I say this is a blackboard, that means the blackboard is close to me. When I say these are papers, that means these papers are close to me. We need to understand this in detail. When you talk about demonstratives such as that, those, which refer to thing or things which are far away from you, at least comparatively far away from you, you need to understand that this can be said in a similar way. That is a lake. That means the lake is not quite close to you, but is not very far off either. Those are mountains. That means the mountains are not that close to you, but they are not that far off either. Right? What is that? The answer is that is an aeroplane or an airplane. Is that a bird? No, it is an airplane. Why am I saying this? Some students who might feel that I know these things need to be told from time to time. I don't know whether you'll believe this or not, but even me, myself, am addicted to these things. Why? Because you cannot be a perfect speaker until and unless you keep on reminding yourself the basic things. And this is how I remind myself the basic things. What are those? Those are books. Are those books? Yes, they are books. These are the beautiful ways of answering it. Plural forms. My students of communication know how to form plural forms. I have given them complete list. For example, if a noun ends with s, x, ch or sh, you need to add es. For example, boss, it ends with s, so the plural will be bosses. If it ends with a consonant and a y, for example, fly, then you need to add es. But for the most others, you need to add just s. This is very important because from time to time, we tend to forget this. Irregular plural. If it ends with fe, you need to add v and then es. Knife, knife, knives. If it ends with f, you need to add v, then es. Half, halves. If it ends with o, then if you need to add es. Potato, potatoes. Right? And for all the kinds, you need to change the vowel or the word with a different ending in certain irregular things. For example, man becomes men. This you need to, kind of memorize. Fish, deer, sheep do not change. Don't forget this. Fish, deer, sheep, singular and plural, they are both. One sheep, two sheep. One deer, two deer. One fish, two fish. No fishes. Possessive. What are possessives? My, your, their, hers. It means मेरा, उसका, उनका, उन लोगों का. Right? This is my book. That is your pen. In this way, this works. Her pants are blue. His shirt is new. This is her cat. This is our house. This is how possessive adjectives work. Possessive forms with S, right? Kevin's wife is Rose. His wife is Rose. Charlie's book is black. See, when you say these things, you need to remember. This is my book. That is Charlie's book. In certain cases, you are adding apostrophe S. In certain cases, you are not. In these cases, you don't need to add an apostrophe or an S. His shirt, her pants, our house, her cat, their bookstore. But in certain cases, you need to add S. The child's mother, Kevin's wife, his wife. In these cases, you need to add S. I hope that you all know what is present continuous, so we don't need to get into this. These are the forms of present continuous. What we need to consider is the last column. In the last column, you see that the verbs are at the start. Am is the verb, I is the subject. So the verb comes first in a question. The I, which is the subject, comes later on. Are you eating? Is verb, he, subject, sleeping. But when it is a simple statement, he, the subject, comes first. When it is transformed into a question, he, the subject, comes later. She is not reading, she comes first. Is comes later. But when it is a question, is comes first. Is she reading? And the tone also changes. So you cannot say, she is not reading, huh? No, that's not the right way. You will have to say, is she reading? Then the answer will be, yes, she is. Or yes, she is reading. No, she is not reading. Now the next one, the rules, right? This is the present continuous, so we'll not get into this. I guess you remember this, students of communication and other students, that the modal can expresses ability in the present time. I can win the race. I can eat that much mutton, right? These kind of things are used with the modal can. Now the negatives. I can cook. The negative, I cannot cook. The question, can I cook? The answer, yes, you can cook. No, you can't cook. You can dance. You cannot dance. Can you dance? Yes, I can dance. No, I cannot dance. This is how we are going to discuss about these things in the classes in the days to come. I guess you have understood this particular thing. Is this helpful, students? You'll be getting this video as well, which will help you to kind of move on with this. The last thing that I need to talk about is my favorite. I guess many of my students of communication are aware of this term, Ikigai. Do you remember people like Joshi? The Japanese way of well-being. Remember this? Shonchari also must remember this. There are, yeah. Great. Ikigai is the Japanese way of telling us, of giving us, of making us understand that you need to have a reason for being. You need to have a reason. See the wonderful quotations, the Japanese proverbs. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of standing still. यही बात तो मैंने कुछ देर पहले कहा कि स्लो जाओ या फास्ट जाओ, ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है कि आप फास्ट जा रहे हो, या कोई दुख का बात नहीं है कि आप स्लो जा रहे हो. मुख्य बात है कि आप जा रहे हो. The most important thing is that you are moving towards the right direction. Even the monkeys fall down from the trees. So it is okay to make mistakes. It is absolutely fine if you make mistakes. A frog in the well does not know the ocean. वो याद है वो कहानी, कुएं का मेंढक. फिर समुंदर का मेंढक आया. कुएं के मेंढक ने पूछा, Is your sea bigger than my well? And the frog from the ocean said, Are you crazy? My ocean is 1,000,000 times or 1,000,000,000 times bigger than your well. And the frog of the well said, jumping from one side to the other, It is impossible. Nothing can be as big as my well. The moral of the story is that the more you spend time with the frog of the well, the more you are going to kill yourself. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. But this one is my all-time favorite. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. I'll give you an example. How many students are there? 26, 27, 30? I have much more than that. Why are they not here? Reason. They consider what they are doing more important than this. Reason number 2, they are busy in some important work. Reason number 3, I know all these things. But if I was my teacher, I would have sat down and listened to the same things. Maybe I'll take home something which might change my life. You discover who you are by acting naturally. So don't need to do special things. Pronounced as Ikigai is a Japanese concept meaning reason for being. That is, what gets you out of the bed in the morning. The reason why you get out of the bed and think, yeah, I have a purpose. Everyone has a Ikigai. The challenge is to discover it. The reason for your living. The purpose, the uddesha, the maqsad of your living. The basis of Ikigai is not only to enrich your life, but you become somebody who enriches the life of others. Santushti, contentment, you get through Ikigai. The question is that, how many Ikigais do you have? The grand essential to happiness in life, mukhya cheeze, something to do. You must have something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. सोचो एक बार, if these are taken away, ये सब चीजें अगर आपके जिंदगी से हटा लिया जाता है, तो क्या रह जाता है? Absolutely nothing. Our Ikigai is different for all of us. Second वाले पे ध्यान दीजिए. The happiest people are not the people who achieve the most. They are the ones who spend more time than others in a state of flow. क्या सीखा हमने? In the first presentation, slow learning, that what matters is that whether you are moving. If you are moving, you have a better ikigai. If you go fast, then you stop, you have lost your ikigai. You need to move. One thing that everyone with a clearly defined ikigai has in common is they pursue their passion no matter what. आपके जिंदगी में passion क्या है? What is the passion of your life? Follow that passion. Don't go for anything else. This is the ikigai. What you really love, your passion, your mission. You are delighted, fulfilled, and broke. What do? You find a passion and a mission. What are you good at? Your profession or vocation. What the world needs. What you get paid for. So the most important thing that comes to your self is what you really love, what is your passion, what is your mission, and whether you are moving towards that. That is ikigai. I would like you to save this thing so that it helps you. This particular screenshot might help you to work. And in the days to come, we shall discuss more about this. Remember, excellence then is not an act, but a habit. This is a very, very important line, students. The very few who are still there. Excellence is not an act, it is a habit. The 10 rules of ikigai. Stay active, don't retire. In Japanese, there is no such word as retirement. Take it slow. Don't fill your stomach. The people who live the most don't fill their stomach to 100%. They just go for an 80%. Surround yourself with good friends. Exercise and get in shape for your next birthday. Smile. Reconnect with nature. Never forget to thank people. Live today, now, this moment, and follow your ikigai. If you do not follow your ikigai, my dear friends, students, you are lost somewhere, and you cannot allow yourself to be lost. That is the most important thing. I hope that it was a good session for all of you. Have you enjoyed the session? Have you learned something? Right? What we will do is that it is going live on my Facebook page as well, wall as well. I will transfer it to YouTube, download it and remove it from Facebook so that it remains exclusive, right? For now, I would like to thank the people who have joined us on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching this. Grateful, indebted. A big, big smile of gratitude from me.